We're a minute or two out. Normally I start 5 minutes beforehand and get prepared, but I've been watching Kegarot stream. It's been interesting. uh, so yeah, no, I don't think Zevran should be president of anything. Ever. Ever. So yeah. Welcome to today's stream. Monday we had the return of our Trails of Cold Steel. Today we have our sorry, give me a second. Just want to make sure the mic doesn't fall off. Today we have our Return to Dragon Age. So to be fully honest, I had to start a new save because I added some mods, and if I didn't start a new save, it would have caused problems down the line. The good thing is I've already passed the Origins part. We're at the beginning of Ostagar. We'll just do we'll run through it with some quick recaps, maybe stop at a few key lines that are good. Yeah. Other than that, yeah, we'll just run through. Now I just need to remember where I put my keyboard. So yeah. As always, joining us in the chat is my the person I'm ever grateful for, Wizardly Magics, or as I refer to them, Emery. Who I wouldn't play this game if they weren't in the stream sometimes, I think. Yes, hello, Emery. I'm guessing they were AFK and didn't hear me go talk in circles. I've done some adjustments to my microphone setup, so let me know if it's a bit quiet or if the game's a bit too loud, because I'm going to do some readjustment. How are we today? Well, everything's starting up, because my computer's being slow today. That's good to hear, Em. It's a good thing I kicked this back a bit. Again, it's always fun to have you in the chat. Especially for this game. For this game in particular. I saw that I saw your on Twitter, your Genshin pull. Congrats, as I said. Yes, I know you have a lot to say about Dragon Age. Yes. For those of you who don't know, M did a really good pull in Genshin Impact today. Because I'm gonna date this stream right here. It is the 7th of April, 2021, and they had a how do you pronounce it? Child run for him, and M got chilled on a on his first 10 roll. Yeah, child. Good. I good on it. For some reason, my computer's being obtuse right as we're starting the stream. What the heck happened? It went to a black screen. Oh. Dragon Age Origins has lost its mind. Give me a second. Tagalia, technically. Oh, that's technically. Let me switch this over to the video game feed. Dragon Age, no. I think it just didn't like didn't like things being a certain way. Because I basically had my computer on standby this entire time. So we'll go to autosave Ostagar. So as I said, in case you didn't hear him, and for everyone else who might just be tuning in, I had to redo my save because I added a selection of mods that affects the game at this point. Thankfully, we can just skip through this part because there's no... I got up to the other right after we met Morrigan, and yeah, if I just skip through dialogue, that won't go too hard. But I made sure to get over the Dalish origin. Oh, M. And this, people, is why M is the moderator here. So you might notice the first big change. Duncan is wearing what would later be established as the Warden armor. So that was the big one that I added that had to well, it had reoccurring effects later on.
You must be the Grey Warden recruit that Duncan. This place hasn't seen such bustle. Most
So
of your
we'll
fellas try heading north. This side.
We'll just skip through this
the king likes
dialogue
to
and
spend
still
time
do
with
it.
his quartermaster. They're to the north. These aren't. Go on then.
And there we go. Now we've got all the information about Ostagar we need. I also did there are a small selection of things I did differently. So there was an item in my inventory. Also, we've got the no helmet mod, so that works. Oh, Uwu Witch. Ah, thank you for coming across. Uwu Witch was in Keg Stream. Thank you. Thank you for coming and watching. Much love. But yeah, so we've got the no helmet mod now, so I can equip helmets without worrying about covering my character's face. Or other characters' faces. How did I do that? There was an item in my inventory that gave me an extra ability point, so I actually took that. So I'm built slightly differently. But other than that, I'm pretty much the same character.
Greetings. King Kalen is not in his tent right now. I suppose I do. The king wants to end the Blight with a single huge battle the bards will sing of for centuries. Do you think that's possible?
Keep on Keg Stream. I don't want to take his audience. Yes, Sam. The great thing about that BioWare picked up after this game was, and every game going forward, is taking helmets off for cutscenes and talking.
That's how the king thought it was funny that Teon called him reckless, and they fought about more than usual lately. You approach the tent of Teon Loghain. State your... without Loghain. He's inside, but I don't think...
You impressed? Kalen's fascination with the Wardens goes beyond the Orden. The Wardens are... I don't suppose you'll be riding into the thick of battle. Now I must return to my task.
Yep.
Pray that our king proves amenable to wisdom, if you're the praying sort.
Yeah, I actually don't mind Loghain. I actually read a bit of Stolen Throne.
Look carefully, man.
And, you know, I kind of get where he came from.
Don't listen to those
he lived through the Elysian occupation itself.
Stick them with your sword enough, and they go down. Their blood is black as sin and poisonous.
I can't afford... I can never get rid of I never want to get rid of Alistair. Though in one save, I did have him... You can get into a technical save in which he,
You there, elf. What's your name?
where you can get him married to, Honora, but I also don't like that, because Honora is kind
Are you
of,
the new warden? I could use some
she's a
help.
bitch.
I have medicine that might help, but I need him muzzled first. The most you have to worry about is some tooth marks. But without the medicine, re-imprint, we can try, but...
Yeah, I agree with you there. My first runs were like that, but I actually... Loghain as a character is actually super interesting.
It usually grows in
and if you save him here, he replaces Stroud in Inquisition as the Warden ally. So, that's actually an interesting bit of lore there. If he survives, Stroud is replaced by Loghain.
So, any last wishes I can help fulfill? Well, you're not what... The name's Daveth. It's about bloody
but
time.
in turn,
you
I
came
always
along.
sacrifice
I was beginning to think they cooked this ritual up just for our
my
benefit.
Warden ally, unless I'm playing an Alistair
I'm
Cousland,
thinking
then I
they plan to
sacrifice
send
Hawk.
us into the wilds. We're right. My home village isn't far, and I grew up on Tail. I guess we'll have to wait.
All right.
You there, elf. Where's my armor? Please, pardon my
Again,
terrible manners.
I don't sacrifice
I'm just a quartermaster,
Alistair.
a simple man.
In
No one
any
special.
run where I have Loghain, except for the one where I did it out of curiosity and didn't understand the mechanic of Loghain to Alistair. Yes, so much casual elf racism. But in every playthrough, I have Alistair marry Nora, and then I keep Loghain for the fact of looking at what Loghain scenes are in Inquisition. I can't ever justify Alistair going into exile, because it's too cruel of a fate for him. Also, I should look at my mic when I talk. Or at least near it, because I'm looking towards my screen, but then I'm moving away from my mic. Is the audio all good? Because again, I readjusted some of the levels.
Yes, of course, you're very right.
Let's sell everything that I'm not using. So these, that, this, that. I'm actually going to use that. That's good to hear. I worry about how it's going to sound in the recording later, but I've sort of given up. Because, frankly, every recording makes me sound like I've got a stuffed nose, even on days I don't. And I'm sort of just over it. Because I went through the recording for this earlier today, and I was like, I sound crap.
Hello? I'm sorry, is there something you needed? I deliver messages around the camp. You have a message for me? Then what is... Oh, wait. Are you the one I'm supposed to give Sir Garland's sword to? Because I think the smith's done with it. Oh, that's such a relief. I'd best...
We don't talk about the fact that I stole that sword. Agreed? Also, on slightly differently, when I was in my origin, I didn't go to, I didn't go with Duncan right away, and I walked to the end of that room, because there's more, and I got this, a saw sword. But we're gonna go with Sir Garland's sword for this part. By the end of this game, I will be wielding two long swords like they were natural. Oh, I never talked to the Tranquil originally.
Good. Welcome, young man. It is a time-consuming It is the irony, perhaps. Allow me to put it this. Thus, I was made tranquil. You do. Perhaps we may speak of something else.
You know what I do like that they added later on was that the Tranquil have a physical mark on their head.
Greetings. Allow me to introduce myself.
I am Marx.
Well met, and good luck to you on the battlefield. To us all. To defeat the Darkspawn, some. It's home to many spirits. At least that's what the chant of. It is as good an explanation as any for now.
Yeah. The sunburst. Yes, yes, the sunburst.
I'm sorry, but the mages must not be the Fae. Regardless, they are...
I kind of want to write it and properly write it and finish it. I wrote, and it's never been released properly. It's one of my fanfictions that exists in my fanfictions folder. It's Dragon Age Blightwalkers. And it's the idea of a timeline in which all the versions of the Warden exist, and that sort of interaction and the way the world and events change because you have every possible Warden combination. I'm lost. I want to go this way, right? I want to talk. Wait, Geordie's somewhere around here, ain't he? No, he's up here. Yeah. It was the idea was it was going to keep going in that vein
You must be
of
the third recruit we've heard about.
characters.
Saturius. I wasn't aware elves could join the Grey Wardens.
Multiples coming.
Those camped in the valley are all human.
Oof. Oof, that's big oof.
No. I hope we're both lucky enough to eventually join the Wardens. Is it not thrilling to be given that chance?
I will never mention my username publicly on stream, but I'll shoot you over my fanfiction page where I put them up later. God, what is even on? Wait, I'm gonna take a quick detour for a second. I don't even remember what I last put on there. Because I removed some stuff. I've got nothing on there right now. I forgot that I removed everything. Which I do whenever I get back into fanfiction because my writing style changes.
As am I. Has anyone told you about
I don't know why I ever thought that first person was good. Because it's really weird. Yeah, Dragon Age 2 is big with fanfiction.
I know.
It's
I suspect you are
nauseatingly so.
Will you accept the Maker's blessing?
Sure. I mean, I don't really care for the Maker. I believe in doing what's right.
May not.
You need to convince them. We've got to run.
I apologize, Warden.
Really? For me, it's Inquisition. But maybe that's because, again, I'm biased due to my arachnophobia. The fact that I can both enjoy the game and not get pelted by spiders every 5 minutes might be the reason I love Inquisition.
To the lone prisoner. I don't suppose you've come to sentence me. I don't suppose you have a bit of kindness in you. Well, I can't use it from here, but I'd trade you for some food. I swallowed it, but it's,
Lucky dog. You Grey Wardens get to ride with the... They should have just hanged him.
I mean,
put his head on a pike
just
as
for
an example.
context, Dragon Age 2 has so many spider encounters. Like, ridiculously. And always in caves. In which the camera angle is really close up, and I'm just like,
They say he was recruited before. Either that or he's been lit. Probably just don't expect it was... Did he now? All right.
So? Brought me some food, have you?
There we go. The Kunari storyline is really good. I think each act of Dragon Age 2 is good, but it can feel a little disjointed, you know? I mean, I love the Kunari. One of the developers said it's like when you talk to Kunari about things in human lands, to them you're talking gibberish. You're like a pair of pants that can talk. Yeah. Honestly, I just attribute that to the fact that the game had such a short... Well, it was 1 year development. Which again, they had the 3 years of world building to work off of from this game, but still. The 1 year development did not do that game well. They got a lot of good, but not all of it.
What is it now? Haven't Grey Wardens asked more than enough?
And look, Alistair's in armor now.
I simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother.
What her?
Should I have asked her to write a note?
Tell her I will not.
Yes, I was harassing you by delivering a message.
Your glibness does you no credit.
I really
I
hope...
thought we were getting along so well.
Sorry,
I was even going to name one of my
I'll
children
talk about
after
this
you.
in a second.
The grumpy one.
I'm gonna let Sass get in the way. Yeah.
You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together.
On that note, I am looking so forward to Dragon Age 4 because have you seen some of the art that's come out? Yes, I clicked escape and it auto scrolled, so he popped. I've been in and out watching all the concept art that's been coming out with Dragon Age 4, and God, is Tevinter gonna look cool if they can pull this off. Tevinter is going to look excellent. Also, I hope we get to see Dorian, because who doesn't want to see our flamboyant Magister boy? But yeah, I wonder how they're gonna go though. I wonder if we'll be like an agent of the Inquisition, or if we'll be a new third party while the Inquisition, or you know, the forces that used to be, depending on your decision at the end of Trespasser, will be. I say all this now because anyone who's watching this series is like, what are you talking about? Will not know until we're 2 games later, and by then I'll probably forgotten the fact that I basically just spell this out. But of course, this series I'm not blind with anyway. I know exactly what you mean.
It's like a party. We could all stand in a circle and hold hands. That would give the Darkspawn something to think about. Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage.
Do I look like I'm carrying a mage staff? Would that make your day worse?
Hardly. I just like to know my chances of being turned into a toad at any given moment.
Yeah.
Oh, I do know who you are. You're Duncan's new recruit, the Dalish. I should have recognized you right away. I apologize. Did Duncan, as the junior member of the Order, so I'm curious,
do love this.
Have you ever actually encountered Darkspawn before?
Yeah. I felt the one thing I didn't like was the fact that we didn't get to see much more of the group from Dragon Age 2 going forward. There's the missions with Eveline, which is only in writing. There's Hawke, and Hawke will only talk about their direct love interest. And that's all you get. And it's like, I wonder what Meryl's doing in a world where she isn't romanced to Hawke. Alistair's actually barely modded. Most of the character models themselves are barely modded. It's mostly the world space and his armor. But he does rock the armor. I'm gonna get bothered to edit with character textures because a lot of them just end up being nude mods. Which do well for the faces, but I just can't afford that on a stream.
When I fought my first one. Anyhow, whenever you're ready, let's get back to Duncan. Which puts me in a bit of a... I never would have agreed to deliver it, but Duncan... Davith and Sir Jory are here. That makes things easy then. They'll both be back with Duncan by now. You do? If you have any questions...
I know. Normally my game is modded that way. Much like my Final Fantasy XIV is modded with body mods and other textures. But I turn them off for the stream. Honestly, if I didn't have the body mods, I would leave all my other mods active. But you can't really separate them once they're installed. Unfortunately. Also, we might stream Final Fantasy XIV, but we're not touching Boja, because every time we go there, you lose metal emery. Yeah, maybe after we finish this game, and we've gone on to 2, I might show you how my game's normally modded up. But I wanted to keep to the spirit of the game.
Good. I'll assume you're ready to begin preparations. Assuming,
You
of course,
lost
that
so
you're quite
much
finished
metal
riling
last
up
time.
mages, Alistair.
What can I say? The revered mother ambushed me. The way she wields guilt, they should stick her in the army.
Yeah.
She forced you to sass the...
I'm sorry, I had to
will
listen
be
to
heading
that.
into the Kokari Wa for the joining itself. Alistair is the most... Of course. It has recently come to our attention that some... They were once considered
We'll
only...
get all the information.
It was assumed that we would...
Yeah,
no, but the
I want to finish up Boja at some point. Yeah, because we're just recovering ground, I'm going to just talk about other things for anyone else who is looking at this. Please enjoy my other streams to gain context. Also, you get the Soul Blade. I'll leave him in that armor. But you can get the helmet, Alistair, which, once again, doesn't show, so we get to see Alistair's face all the time. But it is what it is. Boja is bloody...
I'm told you all have business in the...
Is bloody... crazy. I don't even want to think about going to Eureka. Yeah, I normally have this mod installed, and it kind of slipped my mind to install it when I put the fixes in. Also, texture mods for the area. So look, it's not modern AAA, but the game looks better. Everything's got more than one little texture.
So you can get off my back?
But yeah. While we do all of this retreading, yeah, it's been... Boja is fun, but it's nuts, and I'm not... I want to touch Eureka, but I also want to stay as far away from Eureka as possible. No one's getting out alive! Yeah, we might do for Friday's stream, though Friday's stream is still up in the air. We might do Final Fantasy 14.
Can I get you a ladder so you can
that
get
or
off my back?
Hades, because Hades was really fun to play again. Like, so much fun.
All right, all right.
Over here.
You alright, the dying soldier? We're just getting patched up.
How do you know? I'm not a coward, but this is foolish and reckless. I still do not relish the thought of encountering an army.
Yes, sass. I have to, because this is the only voice that fits how I play the game, which is slaughter everything. There's the flower. Yes, I have the sassier self, which fits with Alistair's sass. I like to think that's why, even after Alistair is king, he's gotten good terms with my Warden. Because we're just sassy boys. Swap. Guys, take these off. Marx, yes. Well, the specific voice, as shown when I made this character the first time around, I used a violent voice type. So the character's slightly built differently, and if I can bring it up, I will show you, actually. I cannot. But basically, some of the abilities I picked up are in different orders. Yeah, no, it's... Yeah, so we'll do a 14 stream Friday, if Friday's stream doesn't have any problems. Then we'll continue like this. We'll switch up when streams will happen each time. So it was Series 1, Series 2, then you know, the odd one out, which would be Final Fantasy 14. Or like we would have a middle one on the weekend where it's like when I let me put my brain back together. Like when I did Hades on the weekend. Which again, lots of fun. Love Hades. Hades is fun.
Look there. Poor slobs. That just seems so excessive.
Oh, fruit. We'll go this way first. Maybe I should have done a bit of this off camera. But it shouldn't take as long. Again, we've got good gear. Reminding me I didn't equip Alistair with a bunch of gear to make him even stronger. The High Regard of House Dance. Dalish Belt. I need... please remind me to unequip Davrith and Geordie before I go back around, before I interact with the chest that starts the Morrigan encounter. Because I will definitely forget if it left to my own devices. Thank you. Again, Em, this is why you're the moderator. But seriously, man, thanks for being here to begin with and doing a good job at it.
Someone's going to fall.
You know I can't promise that. We would have to get through Lovering in one other area. Speaking of which, since it's only UM, you're the only vote that will happen. Where should we go for our first area? After we hit Lovering. Because I'll do like a cumulative vote to get other viewers. But what would you like to see first up? Oh, thank you, man. Because we have a lot of choices. We can go to the Dalish. We can go to Redcliffe? Dwarves. Denerim, we can go straight to Denerim and pick up the quest for the ashes. Personally, I go to Redcliffe, walk across the bridge, and then leave. So I can start Alistair's quest right away, the Horde. Not like that. Huh. Yeah, because then I go to Denerim to do the Ashes quest, but then I've got... Actually, you know, I do it to do that, and you know where I go next? I go to the Mage's Tower. Because then I do Alistair's Dream World sometimes. While he's still, unhardened.
Excellent! We are that awesome!
Is there a pile of rocks around here I usually can see? Oh. Yeah. I've played this game enough, I know my optimal path, if you know what I mean. The problem is I suck at doing anything mildly related to inventory management. Oh, I think I installed Skip the Fade too, because the Fade really sucks. It's like, it's a cool design, but the way they implemented it in this specific game sucks. So thankfully the tower will not take as long as it usually does. Where are they?
Never seen it come. Let's see what you're made of.
Yeah.
Right,
Yep. I don't want to be Alistair. I want to be me. I can't play warriors for the life of me.
Alright, alright.
Oh, we leveled up. We want to put some into strength because I want to be able to wield proper swords. And then we want to add to... You know what, I'm going to take some stealing. I want to do some theft. Increase my lockpicking because I didn't in this new save.
We still need to find those documents.
I'll get on it.
If they're even here.
Yeah, no, I've played a lot of this game. This used to be what I played in high school because my laptop that I had at the time would fry over on anything, and if you played this at the lowest quality, it was functional. Of course, then I still overtaxed my laptop by modding things in. Ugh, this game. You know, I would love to have a remake of this game. And they could do it, because they've got the all the saves go through Dragon Age Keep now. This way. Oh, we got an emissary. Oh crap, I pulled it quick.
No chance at all. I see a trap. I see a trap.
Whoops.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back? Alright.
Just while we're fighting, I'll casually disarm traps. Here's the thing, I see the trap and they still walk into it. Because the auto carving still doesn't pick it up right anyway.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
It's like, it's where this old game gets a lot of its problems. The game's actually running a lot better than it usually does too. Because I decapped it from its 2 gig limit. To be fair, sometimes it isn't brilliant now. Some of the games have unique choices of it. Come on, boys, back up. And I can never be bothered enough to manually set up everyone's stuff for their AIs. Because I'm not smart enough to do it effectively. I used to try, but I'd only get slightly better results than the game normally produces. Or they would drink all my damn potions. So many goddamn potions. Oh, fruit.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back? Someone's going to fall. It won't be me. You'll get no mercy from me.
Especially in this game, because potions are separate items. Like, there are separate levels and everything. It was something that I really did appreciate for future games, in which it was just an upgradable, omnipresent thing.
Down you go.
Okay, that's the thing. There's still stuff out here that I will miss otherwise. I kind of don't want to miss. We have a gold coin because I sold a bunch of stuff that I didn't sell the first time around. So we have a single gold coin. Yeah. Plus, this is the most complicated of the games to give the AI orders, because you got to do it on it's like specific circumstances. It's very much black and white. So if something happens and then the AI is like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Proceeds to then run into the enemy with their default settings. I mean, some of the items that I have thanks to completing certain certain achievements or otherwise, here they come. Certain achievements or earning DLC can get me up to 13 to 33 gold points actually. I think the Pugil that you get for beating the boss of Witch Hunter on Nightmare goes for a lot.
Now is better than later.
It goes for 33 gold, 21 silver, 70. I'm probably not right, but somewhere in that, I'm ballparking it. Okay, we want to go that way to pick up stuff. There's a lot here. And unfortunately, the mods to come back to the Kakari Wilds in particular aren't great. I remember one, but it was like, there wasn't great voice acting, it wasn't particularly well written, and it was, technically speaking, it was a altered version of the area. Oh look, the wolves are killing the Darkspawn. Well, you gotta admit, the AI was smart enough to know to classify enemies differently. A lot of RPGs don't do that. You just say, enemy? Enemy kills enemy. Kills you. Not each other. Jeez, look at this. They're just lining up for the slaughter. It's been 40 minutes and I'm still in this area. Again, I really should have gotten us back ahead, but I had to mod and I
get you a ladder
only
so you can get
backtracked
off my
so
back?
far because I didn't want to get my character too off from where they were before mentioning it. It's drowning out. Let me readjust the sound a little. So this would be my audio capture. Let's drown that down. Actually, wait, no. We'll handle with the in-game sound because it's probably when it gets really noisy with like the music and everything. We'll bring the sound effects down. We'll bring the music slightly down and leave the dialogue full. Let me know if that fixes it in those moments. Alright. Yeah, that's why I thought the sound effects going down would probably be the better of it. Because most of the fighting, the sound effects are very loud for being lower than the music. Also, it would be just a jumble. I'm gonna leave my chat box there, even though it's covering some of my bar, because of if I pause this, it shows some information that shouldn't be on my stream. Which is unfortunate.
I'll get on it.
There was something I was meant to go. Oh, was it here? I really wish you could put custom map markers on, like, or waypoints like in later games. it's my email that I own the game through. Because I own the game through Origin, so it puts my email up every time in that corner. I could log out, but no, wait, no I couldn't. I did that before. It shows it because that's how it's hooked, how it knows it's real. There it is, the hidden cache. I knew I wasn't going crazy.
All right, all right.
Take the lockbox to take to the person. Yeah, so that's why I don't bother moving the chat for this game. Because I'll move... Actually, a lot of my games, I don't have to move it. It blocks here and there, but for the most part, it's actually pretty fine. I might transition to, down the line to a more... What's the word? An invisible chat box. But at this time, this is what I'm going with. Plus, it's got personality. Very little, but some. So they put those lines around it. Alright, I never got that stuff up there. There's something around here, and I can never remember where. You drop stuff on it, and it makes a boss appear. And that's all I'm looking for. And I'm in the wrong area for it. I think it's over there. Ah, if you hold tab, you can see all the stuff. But yeah. It's a weird design choice. But again, a lot of these games were, especially this game, were made in a very pre or very early streaming era. So privacy has not been a concern. I mean, even Discord, when it's got a list of program... Oh, so now it works. It automatically picks up my OBS running and goes into streamer mode. And then it automatically turns off once it's done. Yeah, there it is, the Pile of Rocks. Like, we live in an age of convenience for your own when it comes to your own personal privacy. Here we go.
Summons Gazaran from slumber.
You'll get no mercy from me!
Stabbity, stabbity, stab, stab, stab. Scoobity, scoobity, stoob, stoob, stoob.
No mercy!
Yeah, but this game is the epitome of armchair general style gameplay. Because you barely actually have to play it when you actually think about it. It's like a really subpar MMO. Because this bar is like an MMO bar, but in turn, there's a little more to it. There we go. Alright, we're pretty much back up to how we were last stream, except we've gotten a few extra items, we sold a few of the junk, and yeah. Is there anything up here before Morrigan appears? Nope. Remove the thing. Oh no, oh crap. Forgot that. Yeah, thank you,
Well, well. What have we here?
That's on me. That's on me. That is on me.
Are you a vulture, I wonder? A scavenger, poking amidst a corpse whose bones were long since cleaned? Or
also, this version of my character has yellow
eyes.
eyes.
These darkspawn-filled wilds of mine in search of easy prey. What say you? Scavenger or intruder? 'Tis a tap.
Anyway.
You there. Elves are not frightened. Now that is a problem. Shall I guess your...
Here.
How very elegant.
Quite.
I will not, for 'twas not I who removed them. 'Twas my mother, in fact.
Your mother?
Yes, my mother. Did you assume I spawned from a log?
A thieving, weird talking.
No, if...
We should get those treaties, but I dislike
Yes,
this.
Morgan is...
Morgan's sudden appearance. It's too convenient.
And Morgan's appearance in Inquisition is even better. But there aren't any good... There are a few, and they're decent, but there isn't a really good model for a head to look closer to the one later. I'm waiting for the sweeping line, but I worry that I accidentally skipped it.
She prefers her privacy, but I imagine... Have I... If you wish to tell your chantry about... Why not? I do not meet many...
She'll put us all in the pot, she will. Just you watch.
If the pot's warmer than this forest, it'd be a nice chain.
Follow me then, if it pleases you.
Yeah, I accidentally skipped it. But still, no, the sweeping line... Yes, sweeping is bad. Yeah. Alright, and we'll just go through Flemeth being Flemeth. And God, knowing what Flemeth is later on in the series...
Greetings,
is
Mother.
still crazy.
Are we...
Quiet, Davith.
There is a... And what of you? Does your elven mind give you a different viewpoint? What do you believe?
Not sure
a
what to
statement
believe.
that possesses more wisdom than it implies. Be always aware. So much about you is uncertain, and yet I believe.
So this is a dreaded Witch of the Wild.
Witch of the Wild. And why not?
Elf's voice actor must
Take
have had
them
so
to
much
your
fun
Grey
being that
Wardens and
sassy.
tell them this blight's threat is greater than they realize. Either the... Do...
For a while, I guessed that she was some kind of mage. And then, you do this quest, stuff happens, because I'm not going to spoil anything in a game we're playing at the time, but I don't mind talking about the series as a whole, because a lot of this stuff will be forgotten by the time we hit Inquisition. Flemeth's whole story is nuts. Now, I'm going to unequip everyone before I forget this time. So that, and that. That, and thank God. Also, I'm going to take their weapons, because there won't be any more fighting for these two going forward. And it will make me a nice mint. Also, I got enough power... Oh, no, I unequipped it. I have enough power to wield this DLC weapon. Okay, first things first, we go see the Kennel Master.
The Mabari's stable for now, but not improved. He looks better all. Why not come back after the battle? Perhaps we can see a... maybe. Come back.
There we go, now we can get our Mabari. Yes, it's much better now. The ground's textures have more than 5 pixels. We'll save here, just to make sure we don't lose anything. I don't think there's anything super important, because I'm going to leave that chest. I don't think I can talk to anyone more important right now. Like...
Greetings. King Kalen is... I believe is with the Grey Wardens in...
There isn't any... Oh, wait, there's Wynn. She's moved. Maybe she'll have something new to say.
Back again?
No.
Don't the Grey Wardens need you? Off you go. I have preparations to make for the battle, and I won't...
Okay, let's start the joining. Yeah, if you come back for the chest that you get the Beggar's Key for, when you do the Return to Ostagar DLC, if you don't open it, you get a staff, Darkspawn Tainted Staff. And that's what I'm gonna hold out
So you
for, because
return
it's
from the
unique.
wilds. Have you been successful?
It was not easy, but yes.
Good. I've had the Circle mages preparing. With the blood you've retrieved, we can begin the joining immediately.
Here's a little fun fact. The reason that line exists with him getting the mages to prepare is because it's implied they don't have Archdemon blood on hand. So they're actually treating Darkspawn blood to act like Archdemon blood. It's very interesting. Maybe we should tell you about Morrigan and her mother.
There was a woman at the tower, and her mother had the scrolls. They were both very... odd.
Were they wilder folk?
I don't think so. They might be apostates. Mages hiding from the Chantry.
I know you were once a Templar, Alistair, but Chantry business is not ours. We have the scrolls. Let us focus on the joining.
And what if we have second thoughts?
Let me be very clear on that point. You are not volunteers. Whether you were conscripted or recruited, you were chosen because you are needed. There is no turning back now. You must gather your courage for what comes next.
Courage? How much danger are we in?
I will not lie. We Grey Wardens pay a heavy price to become what we are. Fate may decree that you pay your price now, rather than later.
Why is the joining so secret?
If only such secrecy were unnecessary, and all understood the necessity of such sacrifice. Sadly, that will never be so.
Yeah.
Let's go then. I'm anxious to see this joining now.
I agree. Let's have it done.
Because people like Geordie would never have been prepared to join if they knew what the cost was. I mean, in cases like the Daily Shelf, like my character, it kind of makes sense.
The more I hear about this joining, the less I like it.
Are you blubbering again?
Why all these damn tests? Have I not earned my place?
Maybe it's tradition. Maybe they're just trying to annoy you.
Yeah, the calling. And not even that, it's like, you're near sterile, so you can't even pass your genes down if you become a legend after, you've become a warden. So it's like, even if you turn out to be really good as a warden and powerful in general, it's like, that your line likely dies with you if you didn't have children beforehand. And then there's, the brood mothers and that. It's horrifying. Calm down, that's not what we can do.
That my wife is in Highover with a child on the way. If they had
yes, and you just raised an even bigger death flag.
It just doesn't seem fair.
Would you have come if they'd warned you? Maybe that's why they don't. The Wardens do what they must, right?
Including sacrificing us?
Yes.
I'd sacrifice a lot more if I knew it would end the Blight.
You make a good point.
You saw those Darkspawns tonight. Wouldn't you die to protect your pretty wife from them?
But you have a child at least coming.
Maybe we'll all die. If nobody stops the Darkspawn, we'll die for sure.
I've just never faced a foe I could not engage with my blade.
At last, we come to the joining. The Grey Wardens were founded during the First Blight, when humanity stood on the verge of annihilation. So it was that the first Grey Wardens drank of Darkspawn blood and mastered their taint.
We're going to drink the blood of those creatures.
As the first Grey Wardens did before us, as we did before you. This is the source of our power.
I mean, we essentially hijacked their mental
Those who
hive.
survive the joining become immune to the taint. We can sense it in the Darkspawn and use it to slay the Archdemon.
Taint. Those who survive.
Not all who drink the blood will survive, and those who do are forever changed. This is why the joining is a secret. It is the price we pay. We speak only a few words prior to the joining, but these words have been said
kind of is a cult.
Alistair, if you would.
I mean, have you ever heard how
join us, brothers and sisters.
How Anders makes it sound when
we stand vigilant.
The way he is?
Join us as we carry the duty that cannot
It's the same as being chased by the Chantry for being an apostate.
Know that your sacrifice will not be forgotten, and that one day we shall join you.
Plus, to be fair, this
Gareth,
chapter's pretty desperate because
forward.
Logain's blocking support. Like, I don't blame them for making it sound a bit culty. It's like, you need to respect the fact that this is dangerous. And that it's irreversible.
Maker's breath.
I am sorry, Davith. Step forward, Jory.
But I have a wife, a child. Had I known...
There is no turning back.
No, you ask too much.
Oh,
there is no
I
glory
love
in
this
this.
scene now.
I am sorry.
I feel bad for him, but it's also like, yeah, come on, man. Cowardice. You proved yourself less
But
of
the
an
joining is not yet complete.
Well,
you
at
are
this
called
time,
upon to submit yourself to the taint for the greater good.
if they actually make it so when your warden comes
From
back
this
from
moment
everything, it'll be
forth,
great.
You are a Grey Warden.
I'm an oof. No way in, no way out, no way in, no way out.
It is finished. Welcome.
2 more deaths. In my joining, only one of us died, but it was horrible. I'm glad at least
one of
made it
us.
through.
That's what the Darkspawn say too, though. That's the worrying thing. Nothing you... No, the pain was unbelievable.
Such is what it takes to be a Grey Warden.
Did you have dreams? I had terrible dreams after my joining.
Such dreams come when you begin to sense the Darkspawn, as we all do. That and many other things can be explained in the months to come.
No, they can't.
Before I forget, there is one last part to your joining. We take some of that blood and put it in a pendant. Something to remind us of those who didn't make it this far.
Thank you, Alistair. I will never wear this.
When you're ready, I'd like you to accompany
Yes,
me to a
the
meeting
dreams of the dark archdemon. Well,
The
very
meeting
well.
is to the west, down the stairs. Please attend as soon as you're able.
Now, here's where things get even more interesting. You know what this mod adds to immediately? Grey Warden gear. Yeah, it's a weird level of, like, connecting the dots. That's horrifying. Of connecting the dots that some practices are similar to other practices. What do I get for, what are my bonuses? We're gonna just ignore the fact I don't have a head, thanks to some mod conflict, I'm sure. Oh, I got a Grey Warden dagger. Oh, and it is powerful. Oh, and a longsword, and that is powerful. Look at that. I am the pinnacle of a warden. Let's get my fine elf ass over there. Actually, let's go see the quartermaster, drop off some of this gear I won't be using.
If the king wants to see you and Duncan, you probably shouldn't keep him waiting. He might get mad, start crying.
Dead Elvis. Yep. Tunnel Master. I've lost my way. Kalen's tent. Duncan's fight. There's the Quartermaster in the corner. They should call him the Corner Master.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Some supplies? I also have some, salon.
Get rid of these. I probably won't need much more than my current equipment for a while. So we'll get rid of anything I'm not going to wear that isn't warded based. I can't wait to get someone to wear this though, the Dragon Blood Plate. Because it is so badass. Longbow, longbow. Weaker daggers, weaker daggers. Weaker dagger. There we go. I know, right? So this was the mod that added this is called the Grey Wardens of Ferelden, and it uses the resource pack known as the Kirkwall Export. And it's really well done because it just disperses the equipment. So yeah, it's really well done and works very well. Yeah, Kirkwall.
Loghain, my decision is final. I will stand by the Grey Wardens in this assault.
You shouldn't.
You risk too much, Kalen. The Darkspawn Horde is too dangerous for you to be playing hero on the front lines.
If that's the case, perhaps we should wait for the Orlesian forces to join us after all.
I must repeat my protest to your fool notion that we need the Orlesians to defend ourselves.
It is not a fool notion. Our arguments with the Orlesians are a thing of the past, and you will remember who is king.
How fortunate Marek did not live to see his son ready to hand Ferelden over to those who enslaved us for a century.
Then our current forces will have to suffice, won't they? Duncan, are your men ready for battle?
I am.
They are, Your Majesty.
And this is the recruit I met earlier on the road? I understand congratulations are in order.
Thank you.
Every Grey Warden is needed now. You should be honored to join their ranks.
Your fascination with glory and legends will be your undoing, Kalen. We must attend to reality.
Fine. Speak your strategy. The Grey Wardens and I draw the Darkspawn into charging our lines, and then?
You will alert the tower to light the beacon, signaling my men to charge from cover.
To flank the Darkspawn, I remember. This is the Tower of Ishal in the ruins, yes? Well, who shall light this beacon?
I have a few men stationed there. It's not a dangerous task, but it is vital.
Then we should send our best. Send Alistair and the new Grey Warden to make sure it's done.
4. If it's not dangerous, I can do it myself.
No. It's best that you both go.
You rely on these Grey Wardens too much. Is that truly wise?
Enough of your conspiracy theories, Loghain. Grey Wardens battle the Blight no matter where they're from.
Your Majesty, you should consider the possibility of the Archdemon appearing.
There have been no signs of any dragons in the wilds.
Isn't that what your men are here for, Duncan?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, the tower and its beacon are unnecessary. The
We
circle
will
of
not
Magi...
trust any lives to your spells, Mage. Save them for the Darkspawn.
Enough. This plan will suffice. The Grey Wardens will light the beacon.
Thank you, Loghain. I cannot wait for that glorious moment.
Again, Loghain is tempted by
Ferelden to
hatred
stem the
of
tide
the
of evil.
Orlesians.
Yes, Kalen. A glorious moment for us all.
Seeing Ole in Inquisition, he's kinda not wrong.
You heard the plan. You and Alistair will go to the Tower of Ishal and ensure the beacon is lit.
What? I won't be in the battle.
This is by the King's personal request, Alistair. If the beacon is not lit, Tern Loghain's men won't know when to charge.
So he needs 2 Grey Wardens standing up there holding the torch, just in case, right?
Also, there is one thing of Loghain that I actually 100% agree with him on. If you recruit him, and we will not be doing that in this playthrough, but if you recruit him and have him in a party with Dog, he actually mentions about his own dog, which was this lovely old Mabari who Elysian decided to take for breeding stock, and then returned her nearly half dead onto his family's land by kicking it out the back of their wagon. And if there's not any more reason to hate on Elysian in his timeline, it would be that. Like, I completely understand it. I don't hate him as much as they've continued with his reasoning in the various other media, but it's difficult to see him as a good guy in this game particularly.
The tower is
Where
on
is
the
it
other
exactly?
side of the gorge from the king's camp, the way we came when we arrived. You'll need to cross the gorge and head through the gate and up to the tower entrance. From the top, you'll overlook the entire valley.
Their society is twisted as hell.
We will signal you when the time is right. Alistair will know what to look for.
What if the Archdemon appears?
Soil our drawers, that's what.
If it does, leave it to us. I want no heroics from either of you.
Are we in any danger?
Course, even the best laid plans go awry. So do what you must. I trust you both.
Just not enough to actually fight with the rest of you.
You know what's another place that would be cool to go to? Antiva. Home of Zevran and Josephine.
The battle is about to begin. Once I leave, move quickly. You'll have less than an hour. Then I must join the others. From here, you two are on your own. Remember, you are both Grey Wardens. I expect you to be worthy of that title.
Yes, sir.
Duncan, may the Maker watch over you.
May he watch over us all.
Oh, Alistair, you gotta level up too. Let's keep buffing into your strength so you can keep equipping better equipment. And... Threaten. I need you to take the hate. As for me, Cunning will be my next improvement. And we'll take... better stealth. That'll play into side quest later on for us. Oh! Do I have a... Oh, I have another point. Combat movement then. Yes, be sneaky. Alright. Here we go. Darkspawn Horde. And it's all gonna go wrong. Because that's what this game is. I should have gone in the cutscene improvement, but I forgot. The cutscene, the pre-rendered stuff's only near the beginning and the end, really. Mabari.
The plan will work, Your Majesty.
Of course it will. The Blight ends here.
Kaelin was never one who should have been on the throne, if I'm being honest. He wanted too badly to be Hero King. I mean, that's half the reason we're in this mess. Because he feels like the world needs to be on a decisive battle. I like that. Don't panic. Here we go. Darkspawn. Listen to that. That is perfect. Music just in the background.
Archers! Hounds!
Look at the good boys.
For Ferelden!
I mean, it's sad to see a dog go, but those dogs take as many as they lose. If not more. Woo!
Let's cross the bridge. Go.
Push them back! You will.
Oh, oof. Oof. Alistair. Alistair, why are you just standing there?
There! Another one for the worms. I'm in need of help.
I know, right? Let's do this. Remember the stair.
Help me. They're everywhere. You're Grey Wardens, aren't you? The tower. It's been taken.
What are you talking about, man? Taken how?
There was a
Darkspawn
hole in the
came up
ground.
to the lower chambers. They're everywhere. Most of our men are dead.
Yeah.
Then we have to get to the beacon and light it ourselves.
Let's do this.
Twisted
Go
creatures.
for Elden.
Now is better than later. I love how desperate you are. You're gonna regret this. Breaking his sweat already. Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
The thing I miss that later games have is the rogue's ability to just jump to their opponent.
Am I too quick for you? Cut them down! All right.
Here.
Die already!
Nothing. Nice. Let's rob him blind. Things to remember. If it isn't battered down, steal it.
Now is better than later. All right.
Yep, I keep clicking the wrong one. Off we go. They're gonna fight us every inch of the way. We actually might keep one of them alive. Oh crap. One of the soldiers actually survived the battle. Congrats, man. You lived.
Let's see some blood. Run while you still can. There you go. Right, all right. Let's die. Strike me if you dare.
We'll actually search the Alpha at least. And I'm gonna search too much more because we are running out of storage space right now. Alright. Up we go. 2 tanks, a rogue, and a mage. I mean, 2 warriors, a rogue, and a mage. So a tank, a DPS, and a heal DPS. One second, I'm gonna just check something real quick. I know, right? Oh, much better. There we go, I'm back. Sorry. I just went, among other things, I went to refill my water. Because I need to keep hydrated during all this.
I see a trap.
And I set off a trap. Okay. That was oil.
Got it.
We're gonna drink one of these.
I'll get on it.
I have no idea how to set that up, especially because I do OBS, not Streamlabs.
You'll get no mercy from me! Die already!
I know you can sort of set them up and bring them across, but yeah. Oh shit. This is not good. This is real bad. This real bad, fam. I don't know how to play mages. So that was my fault. I mean, that was 100% my fault.
Thus I cloak my naked villainy.
My naked villainy.
I see a trap.
There it is. Come on, guys, back in.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Yes, 10 out of 10. Would die again.
Let's see some blood. This'll be fun.
Alright. There's another one down.
Alright. Watch in horror as I rip you apart. Have at you.
Have at you.
Breaking a sweat already?
Whoop.
You have no skill, only desperation. Take that!
Have another one. And it's down to me against the mage.
On your guard, Rich!
And sweet. Okay. Heal. Weapon injury kit. I do not. Okay, make poison. Nothing substantial. I have 3 gold now. Oh, there's a chest here. We don't want to skip out. It's not worth it, but the experiences. It's always worth getting experience in this game. Even if it feels like it shouldn't be.
You'll get no mercy from me! I'll get on you. Take that! Ladder, so you can get off my back? Let's see some blood! Let's see what you're
they're actually
made
posing
of!
a challenge here.
Let's see what you're made of! This'll be fun!
Now that's how I can check my skills.
You're gonna regret this!
Alistair's over there on his own. He has to fight the good fight here.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
We must get to the top of the tower.
What do we do now?
We need to get to the beacon. The king needs Loghain to charge.
Take that. Take that. And that's how they got in. Through that goddamn hole.
Oh no, you don't! Sorry, am I too quick for you? Now's better than later. There's so many! Let's make this quick! It's a massacre and no one's getting out alive!
Oh, there's a chest in the corner. Alistair, move. Whoop,
I'll get on it.
Got distracted there for a second. And it's 22 coins. And 10 experience. How far are we from the next level? Not far. Up a 4, down a 4, left a 4. Worcestershire, sauce.
What are these Darkspawn doing ahead of the rest of the Horde? There wasn't supposed to be any resistance here.
You could try telling them they're in the wrong place.
Right, because clearly this is all just a misunderstanding. We'll laugh about this later. We need to hurry. We need to get
I
up
love
to the
that
top of the
Alistair
tower and light the
repays
signal
Sass
fire
with
in
Sass.
time. Taron Loghain will be waiting for the signal.
Like, you sassed Alistair and he's like, oh, you want to be sassy? Here's what sassy looks like. Yeah, he's got a lot of flaws. I mean, this floor's got a lot of enemies.
Get no mercy from me!
Oh jeez, that's woman.
So you can get off my back?
Yes! He's got a great amount of sarcasm.
More blood! Where's the next one? Now it's better than later.
What do we got here? Stuff. Quartz.
I'll get on it.
Discarded book. A history of the Chantry. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna steal anything else really.
I'll get on it.
Ha! Get shot.
Die already! Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back? Go down! That's right, come on!
I mean, the two other guys are much like any nameless NPCs, are just really supporting me and Alistair kicking ass.
Now it's better than later. That's right, come on! Cut them down! Just call me a reaper! It's a massacre and no one's getting out alive! Excellent!
Let's keep doing this unlocking spree. Because regardless of whether I take anything, it doesn't matter. All that matters is the experience. Also, because we have one more unique item before my inventory overloads.
Loghain better be ready to charge as soon as we light the signal. The king is depending on us.
It's a pile of
Now
bones.
it's better than later.
We're gonna get ambushed, aren't we? Oh no, they saw me over here.
I'll get on it. Then later. I'll get on it. I'm in a little over your head. Oh, the Grey Warden!
Oh, the Grey Wardens!
Right, let's have at it! This is it! Ha! Hey, watch it! This'll be fun!
Alright. Steady fighting.
Another point.
Not worth taking.
That lever over there, it will release the hound.
Release the hound.
You're hopeless.
Look at that. That's hounds for ya. This one's just playing this gen lock by itself.
Die already!
Anything on the alpha? Concentrate death root. I'll take that. Ooh. Block chest. Oh, I need to take that wall or paint. Destroy those. Destroy anything I can easily make myself later. And I'll take that. I never want to miss war paint.
A little backstabbing never hurt anyone.
I'm gonna get the dogs to help me out.
Can I get you a ladder?
They seem like
so you can get off my
trustworthy
back?
dogs. Bari. Rolling me out here, boys. This is what I call strategically using your resources.
Cut them down!
Oh, I can level up right now. Yeah, let's throw it all in dexterity. When can I choose specialization? Level 7. One off. Yep, I want more persuasion. Dual striking.
Alright, alright.
Dagger. An injury kit's actually really useful for us. Oh, when the hounds went ahead of us.
Get you a ladder so you can get off my back? Got it.
Hey, he brought his friends. I do! Because I would prefer characters to be alive and continue doing things in the world than to just end it prematurely. Premature.
Now is better than later.
This way, please. I'm bringing dogs.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Because I know what's after this, so I'd rather save my HP and items for it. Oh, that's sustained. I'm a buried my way out of that shit. Why should I fight when dogs will do it for me? Somewhere out there will just be an empire of Mabari. They are smart. Ogre, people. It's all ogre now.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Oh crap. Yep, I should have expected that.
Off I go.
Oh. So this is bad.
Is that all 5?
die and we'll see where it fucks me. It is all ogre for me now. Ooh, that was difficult. That was really difficult. Okay, I'm gonna... Why are you on me? Alistair. Attack. You. Shoot. You. Shoot. Me.
Yes,
Run.
It's a gotcha!
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
You'll
get no mercy from me! Die! Watch in horror as I rip you apart! That's
This is why it's great to have a good bow on hand all the time.
Just call me the Reaper!
Knew that was coming though. I knew that other guy would die. Alright, time to switch.
Now it's better than later.
Come on, Alistair. Go for the kill! Yes! Love that. Love the little gory kill cam. It's dead.
The beacon is over here. We've surely missed the signal.
Throw the great sword out. Throw the 3 long swords out. Take the rest of this.
Let's light it quickly before it's too late.
Is that better than your current shield, Alistair? It is not. Ugh, that was close. That was effing close. Let's do this. The beacon is lit.
Sound the retreat.
But what about the king? Should we not...
Do as I command.
Pull out! All of you, let's move!
Yeah, like, I hate him for this decision, but I also actually understand his thought process, especially with Inquisition. He thought it was an army he could outmaneuver, the Darkspawn, that is. On top of the fact that he believed that the Elysians were going to use this as an attempt to re-invade Ferelden. He was both looking at an enemy he perceived and thinking he could outmaneuver an enemy that doesn't bother to maneuver. And much like the Reapers in Mass Effect, adds to their numbers by taking from yours. You. King Kalen. Wanted to be a hero king, ended up being a stain on the ground. And Duncan. Doing Duncan things. Duncan. They're nuts. Whoop, crap. Oh, no. No. What happened? Oh, that's not good. We'll be right back after these short messages. Yeah, so some stuff has happened. Come on. That's the sound of me messing with my mic stand. Okay. So I'm just going to explain what just happened. So I noticed my mic stand was falling off where it is. It's in a weirdly secure area. I've been adjusting it too much. It slid out from where it was where it usually sits. I was going to put it back. My keyboard fell on the ground, and it seems to have closed the game. So hopefully the game remembered to save after that boss. Otherwise I'm going to be pissed. And we'll see. Either way, we probably haven't lost too much progress. That last battle, minimum. I think it hit too many keys at the same time, and the game just went, we're gonna crash right now, because there's too much for us to process. Remember, this one's made for a potato. Dragon Age, Origins, potato. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not right. Made for a... What do we call it? A potato. No, wait, let me get it right again. Lalafell. It was made to operate off the Lalafell. Yes! Yeah, what I thought. Switch. Alistair. Tower Guard, switch. Mage, switch. Me, run.
Can I get you a ladder?
Drink that.
So you can get off my back?
The longer I keep this guy alive, weirdly, the better off I am.
What is your command? Is it time to kill something?
Ooh, that's not good for Alistair.
Now's better than later.
Alistair, heals. Oh, I'm dumb. Thank you, Em. I'm dumb. Thank goodness I have you here. I once did this for Stardew, and it's literally the worst thing. There we go.
Got it. There's so many.
Also, I forgot to get Alistair to heal himself. Also, use this kit, Alistair. Alright, time to switch.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Watch in horror as I rip you apart.
Okay.
Here we go again. One more time.
Tactic. Fight. Ankles. I'm going to take a nap. I hope that's okay.
Right, I have to throw out these great swords again. These long swords again. And this great sword. Yeah, and I don't care for the armor. Now, just in case something equally nuts happens, I'm gonna save here.
I'll get on it.
And we're gonna go through this all again. Beacon goes up, low gain retreat.
Sound the retreat.
But what about the king? Should we not...
Do as I command.
Pull out! All of you, let's move!
Let's move off. The glorious Dragon Age. It is interesting how they show Duncan's like warden abilities in the fact that he hears whispers and he sort of, it's a little late, but he knows that the ogre was coming. And then Duncan pulls off God mode for all of one really good fight. Yeah. Long live the king is dead. Yes. It's age. And again, because of how the battlefield was set up, Duncan was was among the first in the battle of the normal army. Like he would, it's God mode in terms of that, but it's more for, he's probably been going hard the whole battle. And we get taken down by arrows. Hello, waifu.
Ah, your eyes finally open. Mother shall be pleased.
I remember you, the girl from the wilds.
I am Morrigan, lest you have forgotten, and we are in the wilds where I am bandaging your wounds. You are welcome, by the way. How does your memory fare? Do you remember Mother's rescue?
Yes, I know.
Mother managed to save you and your friend, though 'twas a close call. What is important is that you both live. The man who was to respond to your signal quit the field. The Darkspawn won your battle. Those he abandoned were massacred. Your friend, he is not taking it well.
And eventually you'll learn to have a neutral relationship. My friend, you mean
The
Alistair?
suspicious dim-witted one who was with you before.
Yep.
Yes. He is outside by the fire. Mother asked to see you when you awoke.
And thus begins Morrigan's endless moment of picking on Alistair. Were my injuries severe?
Yes, but I expect you shall be fine. The Darkspawn did nothing Mother could not heal.
What's of Alistair? Is he
He
alright?
is, as you are. I suppose it would be unkind to say he is being childish.
Wish your mother
I do
wants
not
to
know.
see me.
She rarely tells me her plans.
I have some questions if you
I
don't
do not
mind.
mind. Take your time.
Are we safe here?
We are safe, for the moment. Mother's magic keeps the Darkspawn away. Once you leave, 'tis uncertain what will happen. The Horde has moved on, so you might avoid it.
Why did she save
I
us?
wonder at that myself. But she tells me nothing. Perhaps you were the only ones she could reach. I would have
It's
rescued
kinda
your
true.
king. A king would be worth a much higher ransom than you.
Much
What
higher.
a sensible attitude. Mother is seldom sensible, however.
How did she manage to
She
rescue
turned
us?
into a giant bird and plucked the two of you from atop the tower, one in each talon. If you do not believe that tale, then I suggest you ask Mother yourself. She may even tell you.
What's funny is I do, with Inquisition knowledge, I do know exactly what she did. Any other survivors?
Only stragglers that are long gone. You would not want to see what is happening in that valley now.
Why did he
I
abandon?
do not know who this Loghain even is. Perhaps ask Mother of it.
I think I've asked enough.
'Tis time you speak with Mother, then be on your way. You must speak to Mother, then be gone. You have an army of Darkspawn to avoid, and 'twould be best to get an early start.
Thank you.
You were welcome. Though Mother did most of the work, I am no healer.
I will go.
I will stay and make something to eat.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Okay, I just wanted you to check a chest. They're not hers. Hoi!
See, here is your fellow Grey Warden. You worry too much, young man.
You're alive. I thought you were dead for sure.
I'm not, thanks to Morrigan's mother.
This doesn't seem real. If it weren't for Morrigan's mother, we'd be dead on top of that tower.
Do not talk about me as if I am not present, lad.
I didn't mean... But what do we call you? You've never told us your name?
Names are pretty, but useless. The chastened folk call me Flemeth. I suppose it will do.
Flemeth? From the legends? Daveth was right. You're the Witch of the Wilds, aren't you?
And what does that
Witch
mean?
of the Wilds.
I know a bit of magic, and it has served you both well, has it not?
If you're a Flemeth, you must be old and powerful.
Must I? Age and power are relative. It depends on who is asking. Compared to you, yes, on both counts.
Then why didn't you save Duncan? He was our leader.
I am sorry for your Duncan, but your grief must come later. In the dark shadows before you take vengeance, as my mother once said. Duty must come now. It has always been the Grey Warden's duty to unite the lands against the Blight. Or did that change when I wasn't looking?
The land is hardly united.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would he do it?
Now that is a good question. Men's hearts hold shadows darker than any tainted creature. Perhaps he believes the Blight is an army he can outmaneuver. Perhaps he does not see that the evil behind it is the true threat.
The archdemon.
What could he hope in betraying the king?
The throne? He's the Queen's father. Still, I can't see how he'll get away with murder.
You speak as if he would be the first king to gain his throne that way. Grow up, boy.
If Al-Eamon knew what he did, he would never stand for it. The Landsmeet would never stand for it. There would be civil war.
Perhaps we should go to him then.
I suppose. Al-Eamon wasn't at Ostagar. He still has all his men. And he was Kaelin's uncle. I know him. He's a good man, respected in the Landsmeet. Of course, we could go to Redcliffe and appeal to him for help.
You could wait for the Archdemon to make its appearance. I imagine that might be convincing.
It's been centuries since the last Blight. Nobody will take it seriously until it's too late.
The fun fact of the previous Blight is that it was ended by a city elf riding a griffin. It also resulted in the extinction of the griffins, but what can you do? Surely
Of
there are
course.
others.
The treaties. Grey Wardens can demand aid from dwarves, elves, mages, and other places. They're obligated to help us during a blight.
I may be old, but dwarves, elves, mages, this Arl Eamon, and who knows what else. This sounds like an army to me.
So
Yeah,
can we do this?
you do.
Go to Redcliffe and these other places and build an army.
I doubt it'll be that easy.
And when is it ever?
It's always been the Grey Warden's duty to stand against a blight. And right now, we're the Grey Wardens.
So you are set then, ready to be Grey Wardens?
Yes. Thank you.
No, thank you. You are the Grey Wardens here, not I. Now, before you go, there is yet one more thing I can offer you.
The stew is bubbling, Mother dear. Shall we have 2 guests for the eve, or none?
Yeah.
The Grey Wardens are leaving shortly, girl. And you will be joining them.
Such a shame. What?
You heard me, girl. The last time I looked, you had ears.
Morgan. Thank you, but she doesn't wish
Her
to join.
magic will be useful. Even better, she knows the wilds and how to get past the Horde.
Oh, how's that? What?
I no say in this?
You have been itching to get out of the wilds for years. Here is your chance. As for you, Wardens, consider this repayment for your lives.
Yeah. Yeah. Very well.
Not to
We'll
look
take
a
her.
gift horse in the mouth, but won't this add to our problems? Out of the wilds, she's an apostate.
If you do not wish help from us illegal mages, young man, perhaps I should have left you on that tower.
Burn.
Point taken.
Mother, this is not how I wanted this. I'm not even ready.
You must be ready. Alone, these two must unite for Eldon against the Darkspawn. They need you, Morrigan. Without you, they will surely fail, and all will perish under the Blight. Even I.
That one's a lie.
Understand.
Flemeth would
And
never
you,
get
Wardens,
taken out by the Blight.
Do you understand? I give you that which I value above all in this world. I do this because you must succeed.
She won't come to harms of us.
Allow me to get my things, if you please. I am at your disposal, Grey Wardens. I suggest a village north of the wilds as our first destination. 'Tis not far, and you will find much you need there. Or, if you prefer, I shall simply be your silent guide. The choice is yours.
No, I prefer you speak your mind.
You will regret saying that.
Yeah.
Dear sweet mother, you are so kind to cast me out like this. How fondly I shall remember this moment.
Well, I always said, if you want something done, do it yourself. Or hear about it for a decade or two afterwards.
I love
Do you
Flemeth's
really
character
want to
in
take
this
her
game.
along because her mother says so?
We need all the
I
help.
guess you're right. The Grey Wardens have always taken allies where they could find them.
I am so pleased to have your approval.
I have questions.
I may have answers. Ask.
Have you ever been outside the
From
wilds?
time to time, I have been to the village I mentioned, watched its people, and pondered what curious beings they are. On occasion, I purchased goods from the village merchants. There I spoke with men a little. There they stared and knew me as an outsider. Mother wishes for me to expand the horizon of my experience beyond the wilds. Even she was not born here.
Is this really what you
What
want?
I want is to see mountains. I wish to witness the ocean and step into its waters. I want to experience a city rather than see it in my mind. So,
Aww.
yes, this is what I want. Actually, leaving is harder than I thought, however. Perhaps Mother is right. It must simply be done quickly.
There you go. Are you really Flemeth's
'Twas
daughter?
she who raised me, and thus I consider her my mother, born from her womb or not. 'Tis what you meant, yes?
That's fair. I was wondering about her
She
age.
would no more tell me than you, I assure you.
Tell me about the village.
'Tis a small place of little consequence called Lothering. No more than a stop along your Imperial Highway where travellers purchase goods from local farms and smiths. I would go more often were it not for the town's chantry. It makes the village particularly intolerant and unpleasant for a stranger such as me.
Yep, the chantry.
And they never in all this time thought that maybe you were a witch.
Of course they have. They even called out their Templars once. They found nothing.
Yep. Is there a reason?
I mention it for its tavern, where travellers gather with news from other places. 'Tis small enough that our appearance might go unnoticed. Beyond that, 'tis close, and I know the way.
How exactly are we going to get past the Darkspawn now?
The real question is how we are going to get your friend past the Darkspawn, is it not?
That's true. We can sense the Darkspawn. Conversely, they can sense us.
But I don't.
You won't right away. No.
Yeah.
It takes time. We should be able to sneak past smaller groups, but larger ones, or particularly intelligent Darkspawn, will always detect us.
Mother has given me something else for them to smell instead as we pass by. 'Tis important we head out of the wilds, however, not farther in.
Darkspawn are camped further in the forest?
They come from underground, like an eruption. They broke through deep within the forest, and that is where they will be most concentrated.
What skills do you have?
I know a few spells, though I am nowhere near as powerful as Mother. I have also studied history and your Grey Warden treaties.
Oh.
Can you cook?
I can
Here it comes.
cook, yes.
Never mind, Tim. You don't have to
You
cook.
missed your chance. Now it's Child Rabbit from here on out.
I have no more questions.
Farewell, Mother. Do not forget the stew on the fire. I would hate to return to a burned-down hut.
Bah! 'Tis far more likely you will return to see this entire area, along with my hut, swallowed up by the blight.
All I meant was...
Yes, I know. Do try to have fun, dear.
Flemeth has a constant need to put Morrigan in her place when she's being a bit bratty. You gotta give her that. +8. +4. Plus nothing. Let's just go to a new level. I don't tend to actually manage my companions that much. So I'm gonna turn auto level up on. You got anything else to say, Flem?
Have you not left yet? I hope you are not hanging about for some stew.
You come along, you know.
I prefer to remain here. Considering what the world has done to me, I have already done more than it deserves.
What has the world done to you?
That is between the world and me. Your business is elsewhere.
But you're more powerful than we are.
It is not a matter of power. No one person in all of Thedas has enough power to stand against a blight. Were that the case, sending you two would be quite the jest. What is important is that you are both Grey Wardens. Your task is to unite the land, inspire its men, and turn them from their petty politics to face the archdemon. In that, you are more powerful than I by far. I am but an old woman whom the world has largely forgotten.
For now.
Yes, you should.
Let's get moving! Actually, we'll make a save here. Always make saves at
All
critical
right.
moments. And we'll go to the camp party first. Talk to our friends. See how they do. Who they be. There's Alistair. And again, this armor mod is actually really good. I really enjoy the fact that the Hordets look like how they should. Would you like to talk about Duncan?
You don't have to do that. I know you didn't know him as long as I did.
It doesn't mean I don't mourn his loss.
I should have handled it better. Duncan warned me right from the beginning that this could happen. Any of us could die in battle. I shouldn't have lost it, not when so much is riding on us, not with the Blight and...
Ready to acronym?
I'm sorry.
There's no need to apologize.
I'd like to have a proper funeral for him. Maybe once this is all done, if we're still alive.
Oh my god.
I don't think he had any family to speak of.
He had you.
I suppose he did. It probably sounds stupid, but part of me wishes I was with him.
Sneaky ass riders.
I feel like I abandoned him.
He saved your life by sending you to the tower.
Yes. I know. I think he came from High Ever. Or so he said. Maybe I'll go up there sometime. See about putting up something in his honor. I don't know. The Dalish don't practice cremation, do they? How do your people honor your dead?
We bury him, plant a tree over the remains. Which, on a side note, is actually how I want to be buried in real life. Is with to grow a tree.
That sounds quite beautiful. Life, springing from death. Thank you. Really, I mean it. It was good to talk about it, at least a little.
It's good for Alistair. Anytime, Alistair.
What do you need?
I want to ask you something.
Ask away.
What can a Templar do exactly?
Essentially, they're trained to fight. The Chantry would tell you that the Templars exist simply to defend. But don't let them fool you. They're an army. The other main purpose for a Templar is, of course, to hunt mages. To that end, we train in talents that drain mana and disrupt spells.
So couldn't others learn these talents?
Perhaps, but there usually isn't much of an opportunity. The Chantry keeps a close rein on its Templars. We are given lyrium to help develop our magical talents, you see. Which means we become addicted. And since the Chantry controls the lyrium trade with the dwarves, well, I'm sure you can put 2 and 2 together.
Yep. So you're addicted to lyrium?
Thankfully, no. You only start receiving lyrium once you've taken your vows. You don't need lyrium in order to learn the Templar talents. Lyrium just makes Templars' talents more effective. Or so I was told. Maybe it doesn't even do that. The Chantry usually doesn't let their Templars get away either, so they can spread their secrets. I'm a bit of an exception. Lucky me.
Yeah. It's a terrible thing of being able to use faith to block the terrible things you do. You said Arleman raised you.
Did I say that? I meant that dogs raised me. Giant slobbering dogs from the Anderfels. A whole pack of them, in fact.
I thought you were raised by the Chantry.
Oh, there you go, listening to me again. You'd think you'd have gotten past that already. I ended up in the Chantry, sure, but I didn't start there. Let's see, how do I explain this? I'm a bastard. And before you make any smart comments, I mean the fatherless kind. My mother was a serving girl in Redcliffe Castle who died when I was very young. Arleman wasn't my father, but he took me in anyhow and put a roof over my head. He was good to me, and he didn't have to be. I respect the man, and I don't blame him anymore for sending me off to the Chantry once I was old enough.
Once again, ba-bong-ching. I'm a bastard, and don't make any smart-ass comments. Yet the thing is, if you said that the other way around, he probably would. He wasn't your father, so you know who is?
I know who I was told was my father. He died even before my mother did, anyhow. It isn't important. Our Lehman eventually married a young woman from Orlais, which caused all sorts of problems between him and the king because it was so soon after the war. But he loved her. Anyhow, then you, Arlessa, resented the rumors which pegged me as his bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Isle didn't care, but she did.
Yeah.
So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10. Just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
What an awful thing to do to a child.
Maybe. She felt threatened by my presence, I can see that now. I can't say I blame her. She wondered if the rumors were true herself, I bet. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall and it shattered. Stupid, stupid thing to do. The Isle came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there, and blamed him for everything. And eventually, he just stopped coming.
Like, real talk, that this is how well written these characters are. That you honestly feel for them. You were young.
And raised by dogs. Or I may as well have been, the way I acted. But maybe all young bastards act like that. I don't know. All I know is that the Arl is a good man, and well loved by the people. He also was King Kaelin's uncle, so he has a personal motivation to see Loghain pay for what he did. Anyway, that's really all there is to the story.
Poor Alistair. Seriously. And there's Morgan, as far away from Alistair as she can get. Hello.
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
How did you become a shape changer?
I was not born such. 'Tis a skill of Flemeth's, taught over many years in the wilds.
Yes.
The chastened have tales of we witches, saying that we assume the forms of creatures to watch them from hiding. When a child is alone and separate from his tribe, that is when we strike, dragging the young boy kicking and screaming to our lair to be devoured. A most amusing legend.
So your mother's been doing this a long time then?
Changing her form, certainly. Devouring lost children, I cannot say. She has not done it in my experience, though in truth my lifespan is but a fraction of her own. Why do you ask? Is there something specific you wish to know?
Do you spend a lot of time as an animal?
There were nights when the wilds called to me, 'tis true. You look upon the world around you and you think you know it well. I have smelled it as a wolf, listened as a cat, prowled shadows that you never dreamed existed. But my life is as a human. I am under no illusions to the contrary.
The way it's described, I believe Morgan's voice actress is Claudia Black, who I'm pretty sure is Australian, actually. So, good on us. The way they've written the lines and the way she delivers them, you really believe that, you know, A, Morgan is a person, and B, that she feels these things. Much like, again, with Alistair, you legitimately, the performance makes you believe, and then the writing and the backstory make you feel sorry when they remember something that's painful. And what do other animals think of you when you change?
They do not shy away from me. To their senses, I believe I seem like any other of their species. As to what they think, I truly cannot say. Just as I am still human, no matter my form, they are still animals. Thus they cannot speak, even were I to ask.
Huh. He's shaped into human forms then.
The form of an animal is different from my own. One may study the creature, learn to move as it does, think as it does. In time, this allows one to become as it is. I gain nothing by studying another human. I already am the same as they are. I learn nothing. So the answer is no, my human form is the only one I possess.
Could anyone become one? Oh, wait. There are Dalish keepers who use similar magic.
Then I have no doubt your people do much to keep their talents well hidden from humans. I wonder if I was to ask one of your keepers of the origin of their magics, if there would be any relation to what I was taught.
It would be intriguing, wouldn't it?
I may even ask my mother about it someday, though I doubt she would tell the truth of it even so. Such is her way.
Can anyone become a shape
Anyone
changer?
with sufficient will, but the act of transformation is a magical one. 'Tis a spell and thus requires a mage's talents. If you had a notion to learn such a skill for yourself, sadly, you must remain disappointed.
That's all I want to ask.
Indeed. Have you an opinion on my abilities, then? Am I an unnatural abomination to be put to the torch?
I think that would just make you angry. I think.
No doubt it would. But enough of such talk. Let us proceed, lest the dust gather on us. What do you wish of me?
Ask.
If you must.
You grow up in the Kokari
Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I?
You can probe me anytime.
Beg pardon then, while I jump for joy. What is it you asked? If I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years it was simply Flemeth and I. The wilds and its creatures were more real to me than Flemeth's tales of the world of man. In time, I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness.
I almost forget seeing Morgan in later games. I just looked at chat. Yes, I would. But you honestly sometimes forget that for the most part, this quest with everything is the first time Morgan's really had a chance to see the outside world, outside of her brief times in Lovering. But you kept going back to the wilds?
Would you not do the same? Your world is an unforgiving and cold place. The wilds I hail from is home to me, and I a natural denizen. For all that I had been taught, however, the truth of the civilized lands proved to be overwhelming. I was unfamiliar with so much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could never have prepared me for.
Very daring. That sounds like you.
Equal parts daring and foolhardy, perhaps. Only once was I accused of being a witch of the wilds, and that by a chastened who happened to be traveling with a merchant caravan. He pointed and gasped and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed he was casting some curse upon me. I acted the terrified girl, and naturally, he was arrested.
Oh, I love that. That was quick thinking.
Men are always willing to believe two things about a woman. One, that she is weak, and two, that she finds him attractive. I played the weakling and battered my eyelashes at the captain of the guard. Child's play. The point being that I was able to move through human lands fairly easily. Whatever humans think a witch of the wild looks like, 'tis not I. Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting?
Touching like a handshake?
To begin with, yes. What is the point of touching my hand? I find it an offensive intrusion.
I love
There
this.
were many nuances that Flemeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes. How to eat at a table. How to bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemeth that I had no intention of leaving again.
Morgan, don't touch me. Once again, though, it adds to the believability that her character is trying to understand a world that she did not grow up in and does not understand. Much kind of like when you play a Dalish really heavily in the I don't get cities. Well, I'm glad it worked out this way at least.
Yes? Let's ignore the entire Darkspawn threat and the presence of a simpleton as your only other Grey Warden ally. Not that I lack appreciation for the intent of your comment. Thank you. Well, let's get on with it before the ground opens up and swallows us, yes?
Rogan approves, +8. I know Morgan way too well that I can appeal to her. I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
Have you ever been hunted by the Chantry?
You are very cute to ask so many questions.
Pretty much. And you're cute when you're being invasive.
Really? Perhaps we should be wrapped in ribbons and adorned with flowers. So cute are we, too.
I love that line.
My mother has been hunted from time to time, yes. By Templar fools like Alistair, which should tell you how successful they generally were. Flemeth made a bit of a game of it, in fact. The Templars would come again, and she would look at me and smile and say that the fun was to begin once more.
You really had no trouble with him?
I'm unsure. I was too young to understand, and perhaps 'twas bravado on Flemeth's part, or perhaps she was merely amused. I will never know. Flemeth would warn them, once. 'Twas a warning they inevitably failed to heed. And then the true game began. Often Flemeth would use me as bait. A little girl to scream and run and lure the Templars deeper into the wilds and to their doom.
There's like fan art of various characters in their childhood for this game, and one that always gets me is the idea of what Morgan looked like as like a little girl. Some of them are a little heartbreaking because of parts of her origin story, but my favorite has to be I can't find it anymore, but it's like of her running, like this raggedy child running with full armored Templars like slipping on vines and that. God, I wish I could find it again. Surely more would have followed.
Sometimes. Eventually. Thankfully, the wilds is a vast place. Once they found us, Flemeth would simply move us elsewhere, and we would be lost within the forest once again. I did not understand the danger we faced until I was much older. I had never heard of apostates or maleficarum.
Yep. Because you lived outside the Chantry. Do you still think it was fun?
I think that my mother made it fun so that a child did not learn to fear. And I think that it was necessary. There are no trials for apostates, no prisons, no mercy. There are only absolutes, so only survival matters.
Yeah.
If the wilds have taught me anything, 'tis this. First, you must survive. Do you disagree?
Absolutely. There are worse things than death. I am a firm believer in when someone does you wrong, sometimes it's better to leave them alive for worse fates. So in turn, I do agree with the idea that there is a level of survival in the fittest.
Oh? I would ask what exactly, but I'm certain that would be a lengthy conversation, and suddenly I grow very weary. Enough of this talk. Let us return to the task at hand.
Ah, and I got some disapproval from that.
Yes?
I'm gonna go back to Alistair for a minute, for a hot minute.
What do you need?
Alistair, tell me something with
Ask
a lot
away.
of sass. Why have you remained a Templar if you hate the Chantry?
Have you seen the uniform? It's not only stylish, but well made. I'm a sucker for good tailoring.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen you wearing it.
I keep it hidden under my pillow. Sometimes I'll take it out just so I can hug it fondly and remember the good old days. Brings a tear to the eyes, you know.
What's the real
You don't
reason?
really want to know about my being a Templar, do you? It's really quite boring.
To make up something more exciting.
You know, I like the way you think. You're all right. If you're really curious, then I'll tell you. The truth of the matter is that I did hate going to the monastery. The initiates from poor families thought I put on airs, while the noble ones called me a bastard and ignored me. I felt like Al-Eamon had cast me off, unwanted, and I was determined to be bitter. But I took some solace in the training itself, I guess. I was actually quite good at it.
Yeah. I think I understand it, honestly. Because it was the only thing he threw himself into.
Using the abilities I have came after years of education and discipline that was difficult to achieve, if rewarding. The sword training and religious doctrine all came later. I never really felt at home anywhere, though, until I joined the Grey Wardens. And Duncan felt my Templar abilities might be useful for when we encountered Darkspawn magic, so I kept it up. What about you? Do you have anywhere you consider home?
Home is wherever the camp is. We're travelers now. Anywhere my clan goes is home. Not anymore, no. Anywhere the clan goes is home.
You must miss them a great deal. Duncan and the Grey Wardens are the closest I ever got to that kind of family. We won't always
We're up to
be
5
like
viewers?
this, you know? Once the war is over, once the Blight is... well, a time will come when we'll have to think about having a real home again. Though that seems like a far ways off. And I suppose the Grey Wardens are gone for good. Either way.
I wouldn't be so sure of that, Alistair. We can rebuild. We can keep going.
You're right.
Oh,
best to concentrate
I clicked
on
the
what
wrong
we have
button.
to do right now.
That was say if we survive. Which is also true, but still. We will revisit these characters' histories and talk topics later. We'll move on to Lovering.
Now's better than later.
Also, if you're, and obviously if you're very new here, welcome. I'm used to only having 1 or 2, and they're usually people who have been actively following me. I'm just gonna take it 1 second. A lot of names I don't recognize. Welcome to my channel. Yeah, we're playing Dragon Age today. We also play Trails of Cold Steel on other days, and Final Fantasy XIV. Thank you for coming along. Unfortunately, you're more on the tail end of a stream. We'll continue on to Lovering, but yeah, it's we're sort of coming up to the point where I might do a cutoff. Yeah. But yes, welcome. Feel free to chat. You don't have to. Emery and I can do all the chatting needed. Denerim. Woo! Here we go.
And I expect each of you to supply these men. We must rebuild what was lost at Ostagar, and quickly. There are those who would take advantage of our weakened state if we let them. We must defeat this Darkspawn incursion, but we must do so sensibly and without hesitation.
Your Lordship, if I might speak. You have declared yourself Queen Honora's regent, and claim we must unite under your banner for our own good. But what of the army lost at Ostagar? Your withdrawal was most fortuitous.
Yeah, and there it begins. Doubt.
Everything I have done has been to secure Ferelden's independence. I have not shirked my duty to the throne, and neither will any of you!
The Banon will not bow to you simply because you demand it.
Understand this. I will brook no threat to this nation from you or anyone.
Van Tegan, please!
Your Majesty, your father risks civil war. If Eamon were here...
Van Tegan, my father is doing what is best.
Did he also do what was best for your husband, Your Majesty?
Oof. Oof. Again, Logain has made a ton of tactical blunders in the grand scheme of things. Here he comes. Who's your good boy? Who's your good boy? Mabari Hound. And you brought me XP.
No end to these blasted things.
That one. Level 3.
Can I get to the ladder? You can get off my back.
It's your time to die!
Grab some glory!
Let's see what you're made of!
I forgot to equip Morrigan before we left, but I can deal with that later.
Alright.
He wags his tail happily and pants. The Darkspawn didn't hurt you, boy, did they?
I think he was out there looking for you. He's chosen you. Mabari are like that. They call it imprinting.
Does this mean we're going to have this mangy beast following us about now? Wonderful.
He's not mangy.
Oh, I love it. I love it because the thing is, as much as I do love Morrigan, I do love Alistair's lines about dog. I've always wanted a dog like this. Maybe it's meant to be. Dog. What should we name him? Suggestions, anyone? I'm sort of drawing a blank. I don't know. Something nice, but not too standoutish, I guess. I know the default name, Barkspawn Jr. Whatever the Barkspawn Senior. Now I question the canonicity of a dog's entire existence. Barkspawn Ultimate. Is this just your suggestion, M? Barkspawn? See, I'm part of the school of thought that's somewhere between giving a dog a regular name and giving a dog a unique name. Like, a regular boring human name that is funny to say. Sir Hals. Carver! Oof. Oh, something's going on. Sorry, phone went off. Barkamidi. That's actually that's a good one. You could call him Barky for short. Barkamides. Hello there, Barkamides. He relieves himself. Yeah. Did you see anything interesting? Let's go. New screenshot. Which if I get a player profile, screenshot. Never mind. Yeah, he's a good boy. Why don't you bark, meaties? Onward to Lovering. God, we're over 2.5 hours, and I think we actually, considering we had to go back over some content, I think we did really well. I kind of want to call it get an evening snack, and spend some time with my real life dog.
Led by an elf of all.
But we'll see. I do have the effort to keep going.
They don't look much like them others, you know. Maybe we should just let these ones pass.
Nonsense. Greetings, travelers.
Highwaymen, preying on those fleeing the Darkspawn, I suppose.
They are fools to get in our way. I say, teach them a lesson.
Now is that any way to greet someone? A simple 10 silvers and you're free to move on.
You should listen to your friend. We're not refugees.
What did I tell you? No wagons, and this one looks armed.
The toll applies to everyone, Henrik. That's why it's a toll, and not, say, a refugee tax.
Oh, right. Even if you're no refugee, you still gotta pay.
Toll collectors, then?
Indeed, for the upkeep of the Imperial Highway. It's a bit of a mess, isn't it?
You're fixing the highway. Perhaps you should charge more then.
You want to pay more? Well, we'll happily accept donations.
But a caravan is following me. They have plenty of gold.
Wouldn't such a caravan be well guarded?
The guards were killed by Darkspawn.
A whole caravan, right for the picking.
Go on your way. We've got work to do.
Heh.
You know, I'm beginning to think...
Maybe.
Of course it's made up. You owe us 20 silvers to compensate for my annoyance.
Do you really want to fight a Grey Warden?
Did he say he's a Grey Warden? Them ones killed the king.
Traitors to Ferelden, I hear. Tern Loghain put quite a bounty on any who are found.
But aren't them Grey Wardens good? I mean, really good? Good enough to kill a king?
You have a point. Well, let's forget about the toll. We'll just leave you to your Darkspawn fighting, king-killing ways.
You know, the Grey Wardens could use a donation.
You don't say.
They is really good, boss.
Well,
I'm extorting
yes.
them.
20 silvers? That's all we've collected today.
An excellent donation.
Then take it.
Thank you.
Do enjoy your stay in Lothering and all that.
Look at that, I extorted a bunch of highwaymen.
Well, there it is. Lothering. Pretty as a painting.
Ah, so you have finally decided to rejoin us, have you? Falling on your blade in grief seemed like too much trouble, I take it.
Is my being upset
Here
so
we
hard
go.
to understand? Have you never lost someone important to you? Just what would you do if your mother died?
Before or after I stopped laughing.
Right, very creepy. Forget I asked.
You have been very quiet, Alistair.
Yes, I know. I was just thinking.
No wonder it took so long.
God damn it.
Oh, I get it. This is the part where we're shocked to discover how you've never had a friend your entire life.
I can be friendly when I desire to. Alas, desiring to be more intelligent does not make it so.
Anyway, I thought we should talk about where we intend to go first.
We need to hear some news.
But we need to decide what our general plan is for afterwards, don't we? I think what Flemeth suggested is the best idea. These treaties, have you looked at them?
Yes, I have.
There are three main groups that we have treaties for.
Elves,
the Dalish
Dwarves,
Elves, the Dwarves of Orzammar,
Mages.
and the Circle of Magi. I also still think that Arleman is our best bet for help. We might even want to go to him first.
Is there any way to contact the remaining wardens?
Short of leaving Ferelden to seek them out, the only place to send word to would be Weishaupt Fortress. And that's thousands of miles away.
What do you think we should do, Morrigan?
Go after your enemy directly. Find this man Loghain and kill him. The rest of this business with the treaties can then be done in safety.
Yes, he certainly wouldn't see that coming, and it's not like he has the advantage of an army and experience and...
I was asked for my opinion and I gave it. If your wish is to come up with reasons why something cannot be done, we will stand here until the Darkspawn are upon us.
Wow, she really figured out their dynamic completely. Then we need to find these people.
I can give you directions, if you like.
Arleman?
He'll be at the Castle Redcliffe, in the far western part of Ferelden, next to the mountain passes. If he isn't there, someone will be able to tell us where he is.
My clan has already fled north. We can't find him.
There must be other Dalish in Ferelden, in fact I'm sure of it. If we head eastward, towards the Brazilian forest, we should hear word of one of the clans that wanders that area. Hopefully they will still be there.
Dwarves.
We would need to speak to their king in Orzammar. That means heading west into the Frostback Mountains, which won't be easy.
Circle Magi?
That will be at their tower on Lake Carlenhard to the north. We'll be looking for the first enchanter, whoever that is.
And Loghain.
If he isn't out in the field with his army, he's probably going to be at the palace in Denerim. We can go to Denerim, but somehow I suspect that they're not going to let us just walk around. Only a suspicion, of course.
No more questions.
Then you have a plan.
Why are you leaving this up to me?
Well, I don't know where we should go. I'll do whatever you decide.
Now that is unsurprising.
Arleman is a good man, but I don't know for sure he's where we should go. I'm not going to fight about it.
I'm ready to get going.
Fair enough. Let's head into the village whenever you're ready.
Elfruit! Look at all these refugees.
I have a wonder, Alistair, if you will indulge me.
Here we go.
Do I have a choice?
Of the two of you that remain, are you not the senior Grey Warden here? I find it curious that you allow another to lead while you follow.
You find that curious, do you?
In fact, you defer to a new recruit. Is this the policy of the Grey Wardens, or simply a personal one?
What do you want to hear? That I prefer to follow? I do.
You sound so very defensive.
Couldn't you crawl into a bush somewhere and die? That would be great, thanks.
Yes. There we go. I forgot about this. There you go, boy. You got war paint on. Gosh. We shall take the lead of a dog. Yes, we've only just started and Alistair's already done.
Need something? I don't generally talk to strange elves who wander in here.
I'm not big on leadership either. Got something against elves?
I don't know you. Why shouldn't I have something against you? We've got enough strangers overrunning us. Nothing but trouble.
There's some questions.
Don't promise I'm going to answer them.
What's going on here?
What isn't? We got chastened barbarians in every farmholder south of Callanhard running from the Darkspawn. Not that they'll be safe here with the army gone.
Who's in charge?
You could talk to the Elder, though she's got her hands full getting everyone on their way. For now, most folks go to Sir Bryant. He's head of the Chantry's Templars.
You don't have a ruling
He's gone
lord?
to war and taken all his soldiers, leaving us to fend for ourselves. There's not going to be much left when he returns, if he returns.
Do you know about the bandits outside the
Best
village?
thing that's happened to Lothering. Bandits will keep the rabble out, if Sir Bryant and his lot won't. Don't let me stop you.
Huh. I didn't feel bad for him, but but in turn I also kind of get it. Mabari. Fun fact, this is the only game in which you can directly control a Mabari, like, completely. Dragon Age 2 has a Mabari that's available in DLC, and Dragon Age Inquisition actually doesn't have a Mabari in its normal game and doesn't show up to a Trespasser.
If you're looking for safe shelter, I'll warn you, there's none to be found. Move on if you can. Lothering's lost.
Yes. Be the Mabari the whole playthrough, oof. I actually almost installed the mod in which the Mabari takes over your, in which a Mabari takes your pet slot that that rangers use. Unfortunately, as a person who plays rangers, I kinda need it. Looking for news, actually.
You might find that, though it's probably just frightened gossip. We've had refugees streaming from the south for the last 2 days. The Chantry and Tavern are full to bursting. There simply isn't enough food to go around, and we Templars can barely keep order. You'd be better off elsewhere, my friend.
Are you keeping me from going in?
You, things may not be as hospitable as you would expect. People are frightened.
Thanks for
Best
the
of
warning.
luck, wherever you might go.
It's just a guess, but...
Back off. I have the right to charge what I wish.
You profit from their misfortune. I should have the Templars give away everything in your carts.
You wouldn't dare. Any of you step too close to my goods and I'll...
It's so nice to see everyone working together in a
And
crisis.
here comes the sass.
Warms the heart.
Oh, you there. You look able. Would you care to make a tiny profit helping a beleaguered businessman?
Why would I want to help you?
Didn't I mention profit?
He is charging outlandish prices for things people desperately need. Their blood is filling his pockets.
'Tis only survival of the fittest. All of these cretins would do the same in his shoes, given the chance.
I have limited supplies. The people decide what those supplies are worth to them.
You bought most of your wares from these very people last week. Now they flee for their lives, and you want to talk business?
Look, stranger, I've 100 silvers if you drive this rabble off, starting with that priest. I'm an honest merchant, nothing more.
You don't think you're being unscrupulous?
Would it help these folks if they could buy no goods at all?
They spend their very last coin because they are desperate, and this man preys upon them as surely as the bandits outside the city.
Ah, I'm not arguing anymore. Drive off this woman and get your 100 silvers. Otherwise, I'm taking my wagon and leaving.
I think you can compromise and still make a good profit now.
Perhaps. If that woman agrees I'm allowed to charge something.
Do what you must, so long as the prices do not beggar the needy.
Fine, fine, done. And since you don't look too needy, normal prices for you.
So, we have come to solve every squabble in the village personally. My, but the Darkspawn will be impressed.
Morgan dunking on my need to be a good person.
Don't suppose you're looking to buy something.
Well, well, depends on what you got.
Just don't buy everything up.
There's stuff here. But nothing that really makes you go, oh wow.
I'm cold. I don't like this.
Hello.
Have you seen my mother?
Have you seen my mummy? Poor thing, you get separated.
Some mean men with swords came, and Mother told me to run to the village as fast as I could, so I did. She said she'd be right behind me, but I've been waiting and waiting, and I can't see her.
Aww. Do you know where your father is?
He went with William to the neighbours yesterday, but he didn't come back.
Come with me, I'll help you look.
Mother said I wasn't to go with anyone. I'm supposed to wait for her here, in the village.
Good to hear that, Em. Here, take the silver. Buy something to eat.
A whole silver! Wow, thank you. So, are you really an elf?
Yes, and I assume this is more casual racism.
Father says elves aren't very nice, but you're nicer than everybody here. Thank you for helping me.
Aww. Look, Morgan I love Morgan, and she can dump on my, need to be a good person all day long. It still makes me feel good. Alright, I need to dump a bunch of items.
Don't suppose you're looking to buy some.
Nope, selling. Studded leather, scale boots. I want to keep the Dalish armor. Soldier's helmet though. Round shield. Well, fun fact, the person who voices Kyrian in Dragon Age Inquisition is actually the child of Claudia Black, Odin Black, and Claudia Black being Morgan's voice actress. It's apparently quite interesting to see how children record lines. Wrong one. Okay, we're gonna call it a night here because we're actually about at 3 hours. I think we made a lot of progress. And sorry for the 40 minutes that it took to redo what I lost because of my modding. Let me just quit out. Go to my closing screen. Oh, that's good. Now I'm going to take a bit of advice that was given to me. I'm going to grade someone else's stream to finish up tonight, but thank you for being here. If you enjoyed, please follow. Me and Em always love having more people here. It's always fun. We do Dragon Age Origins like today. For my other series, we're doing Trails of Cold Steel. And on the third day of streaming, which is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we do an odd game. Usually it's Final Fantasy XIV. Other days it's Hades or other just quick games we can play. It's fun. You can copy what M's put up because I don't have a raid setup thing. But yeah, that's us. I've been Marx Frost. Thank you for being here, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Now get over to whoever we raid. Let's see who's. I'll send you over to my friend Keg, who I was watching beforehand. He's playing Binding of Isaac right now. He's just got a new DLC. Send him lots of love. And yeah, just he's a great guy. Sending you guys over now. Good luck.